All right,
Hey,
so
Larni, good to see you here. Thanks for taking a few minutes today to share about your experience with you and your team on the Communication and Closing Seminar, Part A with the Business Academy. Do you mind just introducing yourself and sharing a bit about your practice?
yeah, absolutely. So my name's Larni. I work at Central Avenue Health Centre, which is in Saskatoon in Saskatchewan in Canada. So we're quite far from where the Business Academy is based, but with stuff like this, it makes it pretty easy to connect. So we have been with the Business Academy for 4 years now, I think. So it's been, a really good experience learning every week from you guys. The type of practice that we have is a chiropractic focused practice. So we have 3 chiropractors, but we do have massage therapy and acupuncture as well. So there is a bit of a mix in terms of like a holistic approach to our patients' health. So it's a busy practice. We're getting close to being at capacity, which is really exciting. I've got a lot of staff. So it's awesome.
That's so great. Awesome. And as an office manager, I know you recognize the importance of training your entire team on systems that will allow for, of course, more ways to convert patients, better ways to run a more efficient practice, protocols and procedures for practice growth. Tell us a little bit about the experience you and your team had live streaming virtually into the Communication and Closing Seminar just this last weekend. What was one of your guys' main takeaways from investing those 2 days of time with your entire team?
Yeah, I mean, those 2 days were really impactful. It was definitely a benefit of being able to live stream there because we wouldn't be able to send the entire team to a conference like that. So the fact that we all could be there for 2 full days and learn all the same information, I mean, it's invaluable. We had our massage therapists come, even though maybe it might not be as applicable to them, they still get the same message. They know what we're telling our chiropractic patients. So when they come downstairs for their massage, they know what we're saying. Like they know exactly why the patients need to be on care and why they need to be sticking to the recommended treatment plan. And we're all saying the same message. So without getting a good foundation, because on the first day, we really got a lot of theory. And that then just built on in the afternoon and then the following day, it really just added to it each little bit. And it all came together by the end of the second day, showing you how you would move patients through this process and how they would go from being numb or not even knowing what was going on to then all the way up to, I want help. I want it from your clinic and you guys are going to get me there. So I think one of the big pieces was making sure our entire staff knows the type of terms that we're using, because there's no point us maybe, the patient managers and the doctors using particular terms. If a patient doesn't know what affinity is, then, not the patient, if our massage therapists don't know what affinity is, then we're not speaking the same language and we're going to hit some barriers there. So that was definitely one of the positives. And another one would be just practicing, like the drilling during the conference. That was huge because you didn't just get to hear about it and then hear someone else practice, but we got to then drill with each other and go, okay, you give me an objection. All right, now I'm going to go and play both the patient and the either, again, chiropractor or patient manager and start applying it. So it was awesome.
That's so cool. I love that. That's great. One thing that I think you've dialed in really well as an office manager in your practice is the hard procedures and policies of your practice. So the standard operating procedures, the scripting, the specifics of how to run a system-driven practice. You've done a great job with you and your doctors and as part of management to really put that in place. You guys have a system-driven practice. But talk on the value of learning the soft skills, the things you can't really systematize into a procedure. That it's the human connection part of relating to your patients and the skill sets that we're trained on for your team. What were some of the key tools or the benefits you got from the soft skills that were trained on through kind of live conference with you and your team?
Yeah, I mean, soft skills are everything these days. If you don't have soft skills, you're not going to go anywhere. So I think that was a clear benefit of having the whole team seeing that and learning some of those that they might not have associated different terms to. Because obviously there's a whole different language when you're talking about soft skills compared to hard skills. And I don't know. I think that was clear and that was a big strong suit.
That's awesome. And then what was one specific tool that you would say, we covered so much in that weekend, something that really stuck out that was able to be implemented or was an easy implementable that's going to allow for the office to now see more patients, to convert more new patients onto care? If there is one or a couple of things that come to mind that were specific to you guys that you were able to really dial in as an implementable, what would you say those were? What was the benefit it gave you and will give you in the future to seeing more patients and having an expanding practice?
I think the concept of hard sell resonated with a lot of the staff. So all of our patient managers and all the docs now know that you're not grilling them. It's not a crush sell. You're not doing it to, berate the person. You're saying, I care about you so much that I know you're not going to get the same service anywhere else. And I know if you don't take chiropractic care and put it as one of your top priorities, then you're not going to get better. And we know the future, and we don't want to see there. So I think with our staff hearing that, some of them for the first time, that was huge for them. And I mean, if you're not letting them not listen to the care, if you're kind of really pushing that and showing them what's going to happen if they don't listen, then they can't not start care with you. So you've got that higher percentage of closing rates. Every new patient that comes in the door, you're giving them the exact same treatment and knowing that they are going to get the benefits if they follow your recommended treatment. So increase in starts, increase in compliance, increase in retention, all of it.
That's so awesome. And then last question is, would you or why would you recommend the communication and closing seminar to other practices and other doctors?
I definitely would recommend it, obviously, for especially patient or clients that might be a little bit further away than your offices, because sending a whole team, for us, it's in a different country. Like, obviously, that's going to be a huge investment, and being able to Zoom in and join and be able to still participate, that's everything. So especially when people already struggle to maybe leave the office and take some time to work on the business rather than in the business. So I think this is a really good opportunity to be able to do that without having to take off days for travel. If you do what we did and set it up and watch it in a hotel or a conference room and, totally zone in, it can feel like you're right there without the 2 days of travel, but all the benefits still.
That's great. Well, that's awesome. Well, Larni, we appreciate you and thank you for being such an amazing leader to your practice, to your patients, and to your team. And we're looking forward to hearing all your success in the future.
Thank you, Ethan. See ya.
Awesome. Take care.